Chapter 18 deals with the Z-codes. And so Z-codes are used when there's not really a problem, okay? Because for every encounter, for every service provided, there has to be a reason that that service was provided, okay? So here's an example in your extra practice, okay? So we've got Ross. He's coming today for a screening of a malignant neoplasm of the prostate, okay? And it says this grandfather died of prostate cancer, so he wants to make sure that Ross gets screened because he has this family history, okay? So the tests are negative, so the only thing that we can really code is the screening, okay? So go to your index and look at screening. Okay? And then go down to screening and then neoplasm, because remember that's cancer, neoplasm malignant. And then the next indentation is the genitourinary organs, and then you see prostate that leads you to Z12.5. Okay? So let's go there. Because this is the reason for the encounter is for the screening. Okay, so Z12.5, encounter for screening for malignant neoplasm of prostate. That's why he was there. Okay? Now, go up to right under Z12. Okay, so it tells you screening is testing for disease or disease precursors in asymptomatic individuals, so early detection can be provided to those who test positive. Right under that, use additional code to identify any family history of malignant neoplasm. Okay, so it says use additional, so that means it comes after the Z12. Okay, it's pointing you to Z80. Okay. But the way that you look that up is in your alphabetical index, look up history, then go to family, then go to malignant neoplasm, and in this case, his grandfather died of prostate cancer, so go under to where it says prostate, and you notice that's a Z80 code, Z80.42. Okay, so go back to Z80.42, family history of malignant neoplasm of prostate. So in this case, we need two codes to fully describe. All right, I want you to go back to the alphabetical index to where it says history, because you'll notice there's family history and there's personal history. Okay, so if the case says that the person has a history of such and such, you need to code that as a personal history. This case, it's a family history. Okay, so another thing that I want you to look at while we're talking about Z codes, I want you to go to your alphabetical index and I want you to look at the word status. Okay, this was one of the hardest things for me when I was coding Z codes, to try to figure out what to look up. Okay, so go to status. All right, so you'll see some examples of all different things down here. Okay. Example of, so a patient that is on dialysis, okay? How do you tell the insurance company? So they come in for a problem, but you also need to note that they're on dialysis. So in this case, you would look up status, dialysis, and you see that it gives a Z99.2, okay? So you might want to just kind of look through that status and the indentations under there just to become a little bit familiar with what kinds of things are there, because when you are working with Z codes, you have to have a diagnosis. You have to have a code there. So that might give you some examples of when to look up the word status in particular. Okay? So I hope this helps you with Z codes.